stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we soar through the night, exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee we'll journey through galaxies. In her God bubble we'll explore the unknown. A grand adventure
Been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going live. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.
Hey guys, it's me, Kelly. Come on in. How are you guys doing this morning? Oh, what's going on with you? Aw, I just want to say welcome. Welcome all of you to KELZ, the God Bubble Station. Hey, I know, right? Who's in here? Melinda, I see you. Good morning, Melinda. Hey, Limba. How you doing, Jimmy? Hey, Jamie. What's going on with you? I know, right? Oh, we got Ken. Good morning, says the Ken. Oh, you guys. Are you relaxing or are you just recovering? Are you relaxing or are you just recovering? Now, remember, there's rules in here. The rules are, we are not going to, very strict on the rules, we will not fall into judgment and criticism. Exactly. No fault, no blame. No guilt, no shame. There's more, but those are the biggies, you guys. You guys, those are huge. Huge. Working with about 17,000 people, you guys. I see commonalities. So when I come towards you guys, in this, what is this? Relaxing or recovering? Let's look at perspective. Look at perspective. Ken was bald. Relaxing. Ah, wonderful perspective. Wonderful perspective. Or are we just recovering? Sometimes, as the joke goes, when I go on vacation, I really need a vacation to recover from my vacation. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar, you guys? A need. Oh, what are the key elements? Hold on. Banner changing alert. Scrolly at the bottom. Where do we find ourselves as far as relaxing or recovering? Because relaxing is more like a state of being, isn't it? Which Ken has confessed in the comments. He's relaxing. That cool. So we got that perspective, Ken, if you want to speak from that perspective. So do we find ourselves in need? Which one do you think you're going to be in? Just, guess. No right or wrong answers. What the fuck you want? Do we find need more so in relaxing or recovering? Knowing that we're not going to judge and criticize ourselves. Isn't this a better exercise? If you want to call it an exercise. I need a what? Hold on. I can't say that. Oh, I heard a rumor. Yeah, Atlas is bringing white light codes for us. Ooh, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that because that, my opinion, directly impacts relaxing or recovering. Right, you guys? When the Schumann resonance, which kind of did a little thwack about 5 a.m. or so. Schumann resonance, like pinata thwack. What the fuck was that? What's going on? So after the Schumann resonance pinata thwack, or when the Schumann resonance looks so pretty, you're like, oh, look what Grandma quilted for you. What was that? Oh, look what that's my toast drumming. Look what Grandma crocheted for you. Then it's like fetal position crying is what I call that time. Basically, oh, well, here's your past. Okay, well, that was shitty. I'm going to let go of it now. And some crying was involved. So, what are these white light codes? Are you okay, puppy? What are these white light codes? And what does the white light represent in this? Are we talking about effervescent bubbles, plasma bubbles? And that's consciousness. Or white light, that is awareness. As long as we know the difference, we're not going to say one is bad and one is good. But this white light that is awareness in the matrix is where we find all this stuff, is in the matrix. This is awareness. And in that awareness, because there's not been a whole lot, it's been pretty dark and dim for quite a while. Now do we go like, oh, I woke up to this white light. And now I'm a superhero because it changed the DNA and all that of the avatar. Now the avatar can do extraordinary things. But the avatar is doing extraordinary things in the matrix, which takes a lot of white light energy, and that's great. But this white light, this awareness, us waking up, are we waking up and going, this now is my new God? This white light or light codes and all, is this my new God? Are these realms that are, oh, what would you call them, you guys? Like crystalline or fractured or fractals in nature, like geometry and so forth. That's beautiful, but in the matrix, it's still the matrix. Still the matrix, and it utilizes a lot of energy. So right now, this waking up that we find, and oh gosh, you guys, I don't know if I can find this picture quickly. I can't remember where I stored the picture. Gosh, I'm so sorry about that. Let me go hunting for a picture to see what this waking up process. There it is. I found it. Yay! I knew it was close. So these light codes, if you will, don't take this like 100%. You guys, this is like other people's drawings and versions of everything. So these white light codes, look at the matrix. This is the matrix, which is a potential field, but a potential field that's not like plasma. It's a grid system. It's either squares if we're on a flat plane. And what does that create? Because remember, we talked about 4 sides, or a division of 4 creates 3. So this grid pattern right there, which is either a square or it is a cube, we're still playing all of these parts in it, you guys. So when we see things that are actually a bubble, and this is just a flat bubble, if you will, or a cross section of a bubble, and then we start to divide and subdivide, that looks like an angle, doesn't it? Like one angle, one perspective of looking at things. Oh, and look, this looks like we're actually looking at things now, but it's still inside of the sphere, the bubble. See how when we go to math class, we don't quite understand what's going on because we go to cross section. It still explains a lot. These are all just frequencies and angles, or like angels. Look at all those angels all over the damn place. Which angel are you praying to? So it's not about the angels, is it? It's about our relationship with the angels. Again, what state are we in? A state of being healed? And can you truly heal while recovering? What about relaxing? Is there healing in relaxing? So when we've got these light codes, Ken, again, this is someone else's version of it that they've drawn. These light codes activate us. Let's say, let's just play pretends. Let's make us be like real awesome here, right? That our light codes that we're getting are going to bring us to that bright light over there in Sector 9. Can I randomly call it Sector 9? Is that okay? So see that Sector 9 that's close to that guy's head? Oh man, that's bright, isn't it? That's really bright. There's a lot of awareness in that area. We're putting a lot of awareness. We're all coming together. We're all realizing we're all one. We're not all one. We're all in a grid system. That's what we're feeling. That oneness is the net, the spider's web that we are caught in. So in this world of squares and cubes, check it out. What do you get from a square? Again, the third dimension. So this creates the third dimension when you activate this grid. And in the cubes, think of it. You're having a square, which we got a third dimension, but from so many angles. Think about that cube being divided and subdivided. All this is in bubbles, you guys. I don't see any bubbles anywhere. Do you on this picture? I don't see any bubbles. Why? Because we're bright like a shining star. Woo! Look at me. I'm a chosen one. By the dorky guy's head. Oh, look at me shining. Oh, look at these beneath me. Oh my gosh, the ones that are glowing yellow to my left. Oh, embarrassing. There's yellow. I have hierarchy around here because I'm a high frequency and you're just right below my frequency. Creating the third dimension, but this is what the creation of the third dimension looks like. That's why when you let go of this reality, the first place you go and you see lots of fractals. You see these cubes basically in a division of the cube. Again, these aren't cubes, but sorry, I don't have an example right in front of my face to show you. But think about in the circle, drawing a square inside the circle where 4 of the corners touch the bubble. Isn't this so cool? You guys, this explains a lot. So when you get it here, every experience is done in a bubble of consciousness that you're probably not even aware of. So it's like, oh, I'm going to push and pull consciousness. No, that's awareness. Pushing and pulling, but you can't push and pull consciousness. It's just a bubble of consciousness. And in that, you can create awareness inside of a video game. And you can give yourself an allotted amount of awareness to play this video game. Oh, you want more because you want to kumbaya, fill my body up with white light before I learn my lesson. Kumbaya. Like, holy fuck. And then you look like that as, oh, I'm a chosen one because I meditated like harder than everybody. My higher self can beat up your higher self. And we get into that place and we forget that all of these are reality bubbles that we're in. It looks more like this than anything. That's what it looks like more than anything that I've seen, you guys. And in this, understanding that people are waking up, what do? They make a really good copy of what's underground. Everything's above. No, it's fucking not. That's why they come in with all these new age practices and, follow the flow of the tortal field and shit. And go into this remote viewing phase, but do it from the perspective of the avatar. Instead of the perspective of, I'm God, I created all of this. I don't go down a tunnel. I can see the tunnel and I can see it's the end of the tunnel. And I can see that's deceptive and I created it and go me because I'm God. Fuck you. I'm sorry, that's my version, like a Gen X God. Isn't that so cool, guys? Oh my gosh. So when we we get into these practices, let's go into the astral realm. The astral realm has like 4 levels and layers. You're just going through like tubes and shit. In the 4th dimension, what is the 4th dimension? Is AI, pure D. What is the matrix in the first place? AI. The matrix is AI. And inside the matrix, the 4th dimension is AI. And what is the 4th dimension? Again, we've got 4 sides, a division of 4. What does division of 4 create? Is the 3rd dimension. So the 4th dimension, which is a computer, I don't know what you guys would call it, but it's just a computer with software program that's running and like a working computer or 4th dimensional computer, whatever you want to call it. So the 4th dimension is creating this false 3rd dimension that we find ourselves in. And then instead of letting go of this reality and going, oh my gosh, this was a silly little game I was playing. You're like, oh, I'm going to the astral realm and I shall make it to level 3 this time. I will not drop the soap ever again. That was a tough lesson. Woo! I hope this is helpful, you guys. Oh, this is Matrix is like the bars of a prison. Yeah. And what the beautiful takeaway from this thing is the Matrix, it just is. It's just sitting there minding its own business, doing nothing, doing absolutely nothing until, what happened? Until, wait, this is a big deal. Ooh, sorry, I'm trying to be dramatic, but it's not ending up being dramatic. Like, boom, playing the eyeball character, you guys. Because I did a bunch of AI pictures like that of the way this reality is created. Let's think about this. We're a natural eyeball. And think of the firmament above us as a contact lens on top of what we're already just doing. We're out there having this experience and we're spitting shit out of the center of our eyeball. Well, hold on. Let me show you a picture of what that looks like. Almost there. There, like that. In different stages. This is what we're doing. The eyeball experience that we're having, minus all the skin and the pretty eyelashes and so forth. Just the wait, there we go. Just the eyeball. Okay. So that's what's going on. You've got this eyeball type of experience that we have iris after iris after iris created in the middle as if you've thrown a stone into a pond. It has ripples that go out. Not that exact concept, you guys, but do you see what I mean about the irises? You'll create an iris, it'll continue to go around the outside like a good twirl field it is. and the iris then disintegrates, or it goes into tiny little particles, because see how close together the particles are with that iris? Now, as you go around, it gets bigger and bigger, so the little pieces and little dots, little toroidal fields, are farther apart. It's natural. It's natural. Because then it goes right back around to the other side, to the black hole on the other side. So this is the idea, and this is the concept of what's going on. Now think of this process. I don't know if you want to call it a firmament or what. Think of this, but you've got a contact lens that's put on it and is reflected back at you. Back at you. So we've got a contact lens that we're wearing. And with that contact lens, which has a software program in there, anything can be displayed on this contact lens for you to see. Anything can be displayed on that contact lens for you to see. So are you getting a direct reflection? Like putting a contact lens on top of that. Think of this coming back to you with the contact lens. It's not going out and multiplying and creating more realities. And you're doing the godlike eyeball thing. Here's you, like as an infant, as God. Aren't you cute? Like how adorable you are. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so when we go back over here, and we're looking at this. Okay. This is the experience that we're having. And this is more like a three-dimensional eyeball kind of breakdown of things. See how we've got like the cornea, the anterior chamber, the lens, the pupil, posterior chamber. Those look familiar, don't they? They're turned on their sides. But all of these graphs show pretty much the same thing. This one shows a type of a ruffle that's in purple here. It looks like a ruffle on a skirt. Well, check this out. Okay. What is God in the heavens of heavens? What is that? The one that put the contact lens up there? Or a coating made of honeycomb shapes, a dome over us? Is it, instead of six-sided, which creates the fifth dimension, is it merely a contact lens that is a layer of a substance, two layers, and sandwiched in the middle is plasma? Like a gigantic contact lens. And then what is God? Now what's the sky? We've got a firmament, because you guys, when I remote view whatever's going on above us, you're like, what's above us, Kelly? Is it actually space? And stuff. So I'm like, I don't know. Let me remote view and see what I see. You remote view and tell me what you see. So I got up into something that was pretty hard. Flexible, but hard. And then a type of a liquid like plasma. And then another barrier that was hard. So like a bubble. It's exactly like a bubble's created, where you sandwich water in between soap. To a layer of soap on the outside and on the inside, and then there's water in between. Think of the plasma screen TV above as maybe some form of an ice or an intelligent type ice. And then the liquid in the center is being plasma. And then when I go past that, I continue to go up, I go into a place that's salt water. In other words, whatever we are contained in, we are in salt water. So almost like an eyeball out there, like swimming around in plasma. A toroidal field in plasma. You guys, it's Good News Day. Look at the ruffles. Look at the ruffles. Look at the ruffles, you guys. It's not the official name. That's why I'm not an eye doctor. You see this stuff. Isn't that so cool? Oh, sorry. I completely got off topic. They have night vision contacts available now. There you go. So there you go. So if we're being shown that type of technology. Speaking of rumors, Ken, I heard a rumor is for entertainment purposes only. I probably shouldn't say. Guys. Probably should not say. I'll keep that one under wraps. So are we relaxing or just recovering? Are we relaxing or just recovering? Oops. Trying to find where I was. There we go. There we go. So when you look at, go back to the bottom, perspectives. With your perspectives, are you in a place of need? So if you're recovering, you could possibly find yourself in need. What about wanting? A place of wanting? Do you find yourself recovering? If I want for something, which do you think it is? Recovering or relaxing? If you find yourself wanting. What about if we are in possession land? I have to have it or I have to do something. Forcing. Have. If I'm trying to possess something, like paying a mortgage on a house, let's say, do we find ourselves mostly recovering or relaxing if we're paying off a mortgage? Or continually paying rent or car payments or whatever? Do we find ourselves recovering or relaxing? Do we find ourselves in a place of identifying with the illusion? I am human. I am this avatar. If we think we are these avatars, do you think you're going to be more in recovery mode or relaxing mode? Now, what about a state of being? What if we find ourselves in a state of being? In a state of being, do we find ourselves relaxing? Probably. Just a guess on that one. Or are we going to find ourselves in recovery mode? At the beginning, it might be recovering. Trying to figure out how to relax. How do you relax? I find in working with over 17,000 people, being in the present moment is the most powerful thing that you could possibly do. Of all the things that you do, if you're going to do anything today, take action on or do an exercise today of being present. Now, here's one way of doing it. It still gets you kind of trapped in the matrix, but it's a place to start, you guys. Getting into gratitude. Now, gratitude is assuming that you don't have something and you were given it, like you're not the creator of it. But again, a place to start. Because gratitude will help you get to that present moment where you realize that you create everything. And you're the one that gave you something to be grateful for. But a place to start and a wonderful exercise is gratitude, to be in the present moment. Do you want to do the exercise together? I mean, we can. Remember Callie getting her driver's license. Oh my God. That would be scary. So you guys, in a state of being and being present in this moment, because what is the only thing that exists, you guys? What is the only thing that exists? The only thing that exists in like these pictures here, see that in the center, in the juicy center of the center, you've got a white light. It's the only thing that exists. That's a portal. There's plasma. The only reason you see it is it's revolving and it's working. On the other side is a black hole. So you see this present moment is the white light. Anything else that we call past, future, or anything that's not the present moment is somewhere on the surface of this toroidal field. Isn't that so exciting to know? You guys, see, look at the top, upper left corner. Look at the drama going on over there. We've got, this is a good way to look at a concept. Think of all these bubbles as consciousness bubbles, bubbles of consciousness that are swirling in the toroidal field. Each of those bubbles and each of those realities is a fun Saturday afternoon meditating, right? Every one of those bubbles. It's like, oh, I did this thing the other night, and there's dream bubbles and all of that. It's just drama. It's fun drama. Some isn't fun drama, but drama nonetheless. So we're going to focus on all these other realities, one by one, mostly, or if we experience more than one, it takes a lot of energy to do that. In the upper right-hand corner, what's the only thing that exists in that picture? In the very center, that white light of awareness. That's the only thing. And then you apply feelings and emotions, or frequency and vibration to it. And you create, if you will, those realities, those worlds. So when you're in the present moment, what is happening? We're no longer focused and fixated on one bubble. We're not pushing or pulling any of them. We're in that place, pure white light consciousness. And in that place of pure consciousness, there are no details. There's no feelings or emotions at all. So you have access to the potential field. The potential field is the potential to be anything and everything in all of creation. And now that you've got access to it, because you let go of everything, you don't have a beef with your neighbor and start throwing cars around. In the present moment, you experience and observe what you're doing here on planet Earth in other dimensions. So the present moment, in my opinion, that's the only thing that matters. Because if you're not in the present moment, you are stuck in some idea of a state of being. The idea of what? Fear and anger. We could pick on that today. So the top three manifestors. Fastest. Fear, anger, and passion are the three top manifestors. There's a lot. There's about three big ones. And 2 out of the 3 do we consume daily, over 51% of our time. And what is that on the in the middle on the right? The black dot, the white dot. That's a toroidal field. You're looking at a toroidal field. So that's the smallest thing that you can see is like this toroidal field here. So our science brings everything down to a toroidal field and then doesn't know what to call it. Isn't it good to know that you don't have to know all the fancy words, but you understand what's going on? Because you look and you see the pictures. And with the pictures, you remember. You remember. But in the third dimension, what do we get hung up on? Oh, you have to know all the fancy words and have stature and so forth. And you have to go to school to learn these big fancy words. Well, I find that math keeps you from understanding the patterns of reality. Those are the gate program. Could not be programmed. Pattern recognition. The rejection of the symbols. And the only seeing the patterns. You understand more. But if there's an expectation to explain it to another person, it's not going to going to work. Isn't that beautiful? To understand how it's just the flow of the toroidal field that creates everything. The flow of the toroidal field. And we've got patterns, which are frequencies. These are created through frequency. Very important. And think of each of these as an extruder. Extruder of the plasma that creates this reality. So now let's alter the plasma by putting another type of pasta, one of the dye on the machine to squirt out another type of DNA. DNA pasta, right? Italian DNA. When you see the nature, you don't try to push or pull it. You go, that's how reality is created. I'm just going to let it create. I'm going to focus on healing and the frequency and the vibration and the feelings and emotions. This reality I've chosen, it's going to be full of joy and abundance and prosperity and wealth and success. Peace, stability, security, vitality. These are the ones that I choose. I choose because I understand that I'm creating the world around me. So at the beginning of the healing process, I will choose the emotions. I'll call it positive. I'll choose the emotions, and then my reality changes. But then struggling to keep the state of being when I'm not healed gets me trapped in the matrix. So then you heal. The next step is when you heal, you're just simply find yourself in that place, which people call ascension. Ascension is not climbing a ladder. It's realizing there's no need to have a ladder when you let go of the reality you're in. You automatically rise to the reality above, which is for us plasma. So we find ourselves, I've got the workshop, the plasma state. We find ourselves in plasma, but a lot of us don't realize we're in a plasma pool because we're so used to being in a plasma tube with a very specific plot line. Then now that we can choose from the whole plasma pool or the plasma disc and anything and everything and all of creation we can choose from. Like, whoa, a lot of us are waking up to that because you push your boundaries, you push everything. Push. And you go and you're not programmed. So you tend to go everywhere. So you guys were the first in like 2012 to realize that instead of a pool full of balloons with plasma in them, like every balloon is filled with its own timeline, let's say, and all the balloons are thrown into a pool. Well, you're not going to touch any of the plasma. It's all in all of the balloons. So what happened in 2012 is the concept of the balloons or the concept of division went away. And then you just found yourself with a pool of plasma, no division. And then you see everybody, you look into the plasma, let's take this figuratively. You look into the plasma and you see people just walking down their tubes. But there's no more tubes there. Where that tube used to be in their programming, they're still walking that same road, that path. Instead of looking around and going, whoa, I'm in a pool. I'm not Kansas anymore. I'm not in a balloon. I'm not in this Johnny Darko in the chest water spout thingy. I don't remember where that picture is, you guys. So when we find out, every life is a toroidal field. Now I'm gonna go toot 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 toot. Draw your own conclusions. Sing your own songs. Toot toot toot. Now I'm gonna manipulate. What are these? I mean, we just looked at pictures. These are toroidal fields. These are toroidal fields, you guys. You can't make this shit up. Look at it. It's a freaking toroidal field. So what's happening is, look at all those portals inside of you. Because the center of these toroidal fields are portals. So in this avatar, there's portals. And what is it being funded by? White light awareness. You guys, hold on. I can just peek out the window. What is that sound, puppy? What is that sound? Just find out. I don't know. Yes. Okay. We'll go figure that out in a minute. Poor thing. She's wanting to go OUTSIDE because it's very nice outside. It's in the 50s. I go out in my swimsuit when it's 29. It was 29 degrees, and I went out in my swimsuit. Stayed out like an hour and a half. So look at that. Those are toroidal fields. Freaking toroidal fields. So what do we do when we find a toroidal field? Instead of go, oh, I see what that is. Oh, Saturn, you've tricked me, Saturn. Oh gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Like, look at the chakra coming out of my butt. Like, oh, like what do they have to do to a toroidal field to make that happen? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't answer that question. Like, oh dear, oh dear. How many toroidal fields are going on here with Saturn? These toroidal field placements. So it's like, I will fight these toroidal fields. I will crush you. I'll crush your head. So we have to create these toroidal fields and then crush them. And we're wasting all of that awareness. That's expensive stuff, you guys. Awareness in the matrix is expensive. Kind of like going on vacation. Oh, natural eyeball. Well, that's funded. It funds itself. You know, we go on vacation like, holy shit. Was this helpful? Oh, this is helpful. The present, yes. The present moment. The present moment. And again, gratitude is just one amazing way to get there. Do you guys looking at relaxing or recovering? Don't force relaxation. Well, I'm just going to change my mental state. Well, what is the mind? The mind is the matrix. Matrix is the mind. If you want to think of it as a hive mind, AI hive mind. The matrix is the mind. So if we're going to be more mindful, then we're going to be more full of it, full of the matrix. Clearing of the mind, but still holding the concept that a mind exists, still keeps you trapped in the matrix. You just feel a little better while you're in yourself. Oh, here's the Donnie Darko chest thingy. Boom, there it is. Check it out. So we've got this like plasma, I call it a plasma tentacle. It's a plasma tentacle. Like, hey, through this plasma pool, this is the path that you're going to take. Again, don't take it too exact. Like this is how people look with tentacles coming out of their chest. Because it looks like, oh, this human with a tentacle coming out of his chest. But the experience that Donnie Darko is having is actually in the plasma. So that's what I'm saying. Just don't take this figurative and not too literal with the plasma tentacle. Because you're seeing the 3D version of him and the actual plasma version of the plasma. And so they're combining it for the sake of a movie so you can see what's going on in a movie, but it's not accurate. Because in this plasma tentacle concept, you would see him as like a star inside of this tube. He would look like a toroidal field creating white light consciousness bubbles coming out. That's what he would look like. And instead of Donnie Darko with his dark hair and a very outdated haircut. So, is that helpful, you guys? So just imagine this. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have to imagine. I've got pictures. Hold on. Okay. Now, Donnie Darko's chest. And, okay, hold on. Let's, no. It's not that. Oh. Okay, which is it? Is it this one? Oh my gosh. No, that's the moon. Oh, okay, not this one. Okay, it's not emotions. Okay, let's look at that. It's not that. Okay, let's look for eclipse. Let's look at eclipse. Nope. Oh, fuck. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I've got it under sine waves. I can't remember where I put it. Oh, there it is. Okay, this was done by whatever this religion is of the multiple arm people. Is that Hindu? Buddhism is more about being round. I think Hindu is more about, look at all my arms. Look what I can do. So when we look at the Hindu version of this big machine that we find ourselves in, I'll show you where we are, where we were doing those plasma, the Donnie Darko chest tubes. And I'll show you there's no tubes. So I'm getting there, almost there. I just want to show you how to get there, like the map to get in there. Okay, now I'll check this out. Here's like the rim of it on the top. You see the ring below. You can see the stars. And you can see these like chariots. They are literal chariots. You guys go look at my cloud videos. They have wheels. Some of them have steering wheels as well. Well, these beings are very, very large compared to these things that are riding around. And there's animals. Sometimes there's animals in these chariots. So are they the watchers? Are they the ones governing them? And look, those look like horses of many colors. Something like the apocalypse horses. There's a white one, just saying. I've photographed all the stuff, you guys, in the clouds. So when we look at this, what I call a plasma disc, because it's disc shaped. Check it out. You can see it's in the disc. You got the double lines, and then the two circles, concentric, and then the one above. So in that disc shape is all the stars, if you will, and pretend like the picture we just saw of Donnie Darko, where I was like, that's not what it looks like. It doesn't look like him. It looks like a star. So think of, just pick one random star out here and think of it having a tube. And then you pick all of these stars, and all these stars have a tube. It's almost like a den of snakes. That's before 2012, when all of this started to like reset itself. Well, that's what's written in the software program, I guess. In the reset is all the ideas and concept of these tubes went away. And now look at all those stars that are just in a plasma field, and that's it. Going, hey, I don't even go anywhere. My scope was limited to a tube, and the tube is gone. So now that I'm in this toroidal field form, oh, look at me, I'm a toroidal field in a plasma disc. Here on planet Earth, it looks like the stars in the sky. But that's the projector of this reality. Look how sophisticated this record player is, right? This record. This is spinning and this is turning. So this plasma field is turning. And we can create anything we want in these stars. And then below, if you will, the stars. Or we're trying to change the stars. So we've got this plasma disc with all the stars in it, no division. There's no division. So some of us are going, oh, look, we're all one. I mean, where we go, we think we're one, whether it's the matrix grid system or whether we find ourselves in a plasma field, we're all one. Instead of going, hey, why am I looking to go outside of myself, or what seems like outside of myself when I create everything in my reality? So a lot of you have figured out that you are in a plasma field and playing the role of a projector, projecting a reality. You're projecting you in your own avatar, but look at all your friends or frenemies. Wow, isn't that so cool? So you can have a collective experience, an individual or collective experience. It's like, oh, there's stars around me. I'm going to let go and have an experience with them. And we're on planet Earth going, ooh, there's lots of people here. Or what are real people? Real people to me are the ones that are projecting the realities up there. Those are the real ones. And every one of those, to project its own reality, has to create non-player characters. Think of how many non-player characters it takes to support each of these experiences and each of these projectors. Is that beautiful to know, you guys? So the Donnie Darko chest tube is pre-2012. So this thing called reincarnation, this is what it looks like on this level, is no longer a thing. You're not reincarnated because you're not having a tube experience. You can do anything you want. You're in a place where there's no rules, but you make up rules like, oh, I can only live for 80 years. Oh, force me. It's like, we're in a plasma field. The game itself was designed for you to live 50,000, 100,000 years, these avatars. That's how it was designed. I'm not saying you want to. That's how they were designed. So you're here for 50 or 100,000 years that you kind of contracted for. And during that period of time, in this takeover, this parasitic entity continues. When you finally start to figure life out at about 80 years old, it's like, oh, I get it now. And then you're recycled. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to start telling people things are not as it seems. I think they're being lied to. I got to tell everybody. Oh, you're 80 years old. You've got an expiration date. So what if you were, let's not even go to 50,000, like shit. What if you were just 500 years old? Oh my God. It's like, you're not going to pull the wool over my eyes again. That's not going to happen. They had to keep you young and dumb, and it's a genetic experiment. Wow. So right now, 2025. Wait, what year is it? Yeah, 2025. Do what you want. Fuck everybody. Do whatever the fuck you want. 2025. Go for it. There are no more divisions in the plasma pool as of 2012. So usually it takes about 10 years. Like if you pull the wool over someone's eyes, like you traumatize them and you teach them stuff that's not true, and you hypnotize them, whatever you want to call it. Like collectively, over the course of 10 years, people wake up from that and you have to reshock them and do something else again. So think of 2012 and what was going on in 2012. When it was like, oh, you're free now. Think of how it's like, no, we're going to grab onto you and create your reality from this point forward because we're letting go. And we can choose from anything. We don't have to be trapped. Because we were in tubes. And what are these devices, scrolly devices? Is creating an artificial tube. Because what is a tube? It's just an idea. So through all this directing and redirecting of ideas, you're in a system. When we let go of these systems, we see we're in a plasma pool. We're in a system, we think we're individual and we're alone and easily manipulated. Thinking you have a tube and you don't. Therefore, creating a tube. From the plasma perspective, it looks like a tube. From other perspectives, it looks like a four-sided or a cube type prison system. Isn't that awesome? Mini Aussie is a turtle field. That's for damn sure. Ken is correct in that statement. Oh, you guys, is this helpful? So I got continue to get off topic, but I remote view. So what is this relaxing or recovering? Relaxing, the state of being. Because if we are constantly in recover mode and every bit of our plans is for recover mode, then we are constantly going to be destroying. And in fear and anger, create and then continually have to recover from our own creation that's manifested through fear and anger. So in the healing process, you find yourself actually relaxing. Isn't that nice? Isn't that beautiful? You find yourself relaxing in the healing process. And if you find yourself in recovering mode, it's okay to be there every now and then. Oh my gosh. But if that's our constant state, is recovering mode. Let's do, you guys, before I say goodbye, let's do a boundary check. Let's just do an assessment. Let's look around and see, where are our boundaries? It tends to be obvious with other people, right? But let's first look, because I checked yesterday. I'm not going to do it today. Fool me once. Today, I'm just going to assume it's self-reflection day because it was yesterday. So if this is self-reflection day, and we're looking out at others, what if we looked at ourselves? What are we recovering from? Let's let go of that. If we're recovering from something, we can continue to create that from. It's like freedom or freedom from. Oh, you create the prison and then you keep breaking out. Right? We're freeing ourselves from, or do we find ourselves in freedom? Oh, again, how many times have you heard pain-free? Is that what you're wanting or needing? You want to possess a state of being pain-free. But what happens? We create pain, and then we free ourselves from the pain. Instead of, with my favorites, two of my favorites, healthy and healed. Those are two of the natural states of the avatar, is healthy and healed. So what are we healing ourselves from? Oh, this is key in healing, you guys. We're always trying to heal ourselves from something instead of let go of the from and allow the body to heal itself, since that's its natural state. I hope this is helpful for you guys. I love you. And I appreciate you. And gosh, thanks for hanging out and having fun on Kelly Phoenix Coffee Radio, KELZ, the God Bubble channel. And thank you for having fun with my AI pictures too. You guys, it helps me to express a whole lot of stuff I haven't been able to express. Even though it's not a perfect example of it, you've got more of a visual of what's going on with that. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you. Thank you so much for hanging out. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next video.
All the things where the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her God bubble we soar through the night, exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies